Hey guys, it's me Alan and I'm back and um this is a painful video to make, but I'm making it nonetheless. Um I don't want to call it a coincidence that I just happen to be wearing my Street Beast t-shirt as I make this video, but um that's the reason why I'm making this video. I went on Reddit, went over to Street Outlaws Reddit, and I saw this post, which will be linked in the description, as well as the Facebook post that's linked with it. Um Regarding Doc and the Street Beast. The post reads, and I quote, "Now that filming is complete, I can let the cat out of the bag. Me and the Street Beast were in an unfortunate big end accident while filming a very important race in Nebraska for the OG show. I am fine if you can call being yellow, black, blue, green, and a wonderful shade of purple from my neck to my calves. I am also still struggling with symptoms from a bad concussion. I was knocked out for 20 to 30 minutes. I remember nothing about the crash, or even the race for that matter. I want to give a huge shout out to my family, friends, and some fans for reaching out to me with prayers and support. I have not actually seen the car in person, just pics and videos, but I need to give a huge shout out to Bob's Profab and the Mandels for building me a chassis that saved my life. If anybody is looking to build a car, definitely look these guys up. Not really looking forward to the rebuild process, as 2020 and COVID has not been kind to the wallet. But we will come back better, stronger, and faster somehow. Much love goes out to all my family, friends, sponsors, and fans and haters. I couldn't do this without you." And then the Facebook post reads much of the same, um, but what doesn't get mentioned in the Reddit post, it says that the car barrel rolled 5 to 6 times and even knocked three 8 to 10 inch round cedar trees clean off the ground. That was mentioned in the or in the Facebook post. And again, I will have both of these posts linked in the description below, as well as Doc's Twitter, if you want to message him support and such, because that's where I've talked to him is on Twitter. So I didn't know about this until today. There's three pictures that go with the Facebook post. The top one is a picture of him and what looks like Big Chief's car after leaving the starting line. And then the bottom two pictures show the Street Beast just wrecked, totaled. Um, I have to say though, thank God that Doc's alive, and that he survived the crash, because just by looking at the car and going off of what he said in the post, um, it sounds like it was pretty bad. Like we've seen some really bad crashes on the show before. Obviously, the most notable I would say um is when Big Chief and Ryan Davis wrecked. Um, but that's the thing. Every time one of these crashes happens, you can only hope and pray that the driver involved survived. That's why, as JJ DeBoss says, um, at the opening of every episode of Memphis Street Outlaws, every time you buckle up in that car, tonight might be the night that you die. This is why they say at the beginning of every episode of the original Street Outlaws show, usually it's Big Chief saying it. Sometimes it's been somebody else, but more often than not, it's been Big Chief that says it. Just because we're dumbasses, don't mean you can be too. So don't do any of this shit that we do at home. This is a dangerous game that these guys play. Again, you never know if you're going to get in a crash and what the outcome of that crash is going to be. You can replace the car, but you can't replace a life. And even again, another thing that gets shown at the beginning of the episodes is that it they say that you know even though these guys have been doing this for, decades, all these races are in a controlled environment. They have people, on hand in case something happens. Um, because things do happen. Excuse me. And we've seen that before. I'm literally shaking right now. Um, reading this, and this is like the fourth or fifth time I've filmed this because I just want to get it right, and not say anything stupid. Um, but this really hurts. Um, not just, you know, obviously not just for Doc, the fact that it happened, but being a fan and I've seen every episode since season one. My dad kind of got me into the show. Um, and I've seen every episode since. Every episode of the OG show. Every episode of when Street Outlaws New Orleans was on. Every episode of Street Outlaws Memphis. Every episode of No Prep Kings. I got to go to Epping last year for No Prep Kings, and so on and so forth. Doc's always been my favorite. The Street Beast has always been my favorite. And from what we know, this is like the fourth, sort of big name ride that's been wrecked this year. Um, Birdman and his car got wrecked earlier this year. Kamikaze and the Elko. He has a YouTube channel, by the way, and he did a video talking about the crash. I will link that in the description below as well. Um, and then Golden Kong, Dwayne Mills, that car got wrecked, and now Doc in the Street Beast. Not to mention that, two of Doc's 405 teammates, Chuck and Murder Nova, um, Wayne or yeah, um, they both had to deal with COVID. Chuck and Murder Nova, and they both beat it from what I've heard. Um, but still, it still scares me that they had to deal with that because anything can happen the way this year's been. But um, all I can say is, you know, Doc, if you see this, I'm glad you're all right. I'm glad that the good Lord was with you and that you survived. Um, Obviously the car can be replaced, but your life can't be. It can't be replaced. Um, and I got to meet you at Epping last year for No Prep Kings. I got to take a picture with you, you know, which that I'll always be grateful for that. Um, because this crash could have gone very differently, and I don't even want to think about that. I really don't. Um, so yeah, like I said, I'm glad you're all right, and I'm glad the good Lord, kept you alive after that. Um, I know you'll recover, and I hope you do. Um, and I hope to see you racing again. But for right now, I just want you to to get well and to recover. Worry about the car later. It's you that I'm worried about. So keeping you in my thoughts, keeping you in my prayers, and um, like I said, I'm just thankful um that you made it out of this alive. Because again, anything can happen. So um, yeah, that's really all I have to say. So um, yeah, see you on the next video.